What's up, guys? I am so excited for this evening. We have Sasha back, and I'm so happy because she's my soul sister. We had a Zoom earlier this week, and we talked all about success. And I was like, we have to do a live about this. This is too good. Like, people need to hear this. Hi. Thank you guys for coming on. You guys are amazing. So Sasha will be joining us shortly and we'll be talking all about success. So here's some of the things we're going to discuss. How people define success. I think it's super interesting just because everyone has, hey CJ, everyone has a different definition of success. Like I know personally my definition of success has changed. I used to sort of define success by money. My dad would always say to me like, oh, you haven't made enough money, therefore you're not successful. And I'd be like, but I'm so happy. I'm enjoying everything I'm doing. Like, why is that not successful? I don't understand like why that isn't the same thing, I would never understand it. Didn't make any sense to me. So I wanted to know how other people define success. So I've obviously asked a lot of people. I've talked a lot about it. If you want to type in the chat, how do you define success? I would be really interested if you wouldn't mind typing it in. So we're going to talk anyway about that to start off with Sasha, and I'm going to get her answer as well. Yo.
Hello.
How are you?
Oh, I'm good. I think I'm on a live, what do you call it? A live high, overdose.
Amazing. Brilliant. That's what we need. A live high.
I know.
I mean, I'm going to say that there's probably different ways to interpret that, but yeah, let's do it.
Live high. I like it. Let's interpret it the best possible way. I'm just high on life.
Yes. Amazing. That's what we need. So
I
was just, I'm good. I'm really good. I'm not on a high, but I'm not on a low either. I'm just kind of like sad about the rain. I think that's the biggest thing of my day. It's just raining so much, and I'm just sad about it because it's not summer anymore.
This is the way.
Yeah, what the hell happened? Like, it's just raining all day, and it's just really gloomy, and yeah, it's very unmotivating, but it's all good. So I was just saying on the introduction that we were going to we're going to talk about success, but we're going to start off by talking about how you define success. So I've just given like a brief kind of, yo, hey, what's up? So like the people are coming on and I'm just going to randomly say hi to them because, why not? Thanks for coming, guys. So when we record this and we get the recording, you can't see the words at the bottom. Yes. So I just suddenly, like in the middle of talking, randomly say hi to people. And then it looks like I'm crazy. Well, I am a little bit also crazy, but
yes, I think so.
Like, yeah, all the best people are. But yeah, sometimes I'm just like, I shouldn't say hi to people because it won't show up on the recording, but then I'm like, but I don't want to be grumpy.
But also people know, you guys, everyone knows. We're talking to people, whether they're here or not. We're always talking to people.
Exactly.
Hey, I'm having a meeting with myself all day long.
Definitely. I mean, like, I'm fully in a staff meeting all day, just like sitting here talking to myself, just like, are you crazy? No, I'm just having a staff meeting. It's all good. I actually will say that if anyone is watching and they want to write down some words about how they define success, that would be like really appreciated, and we can maybe have a little chat about that. But firstly, I'm going to ask you, Sasha, how do you define success?
I'm very, very, very prepared for this. Do you know why? Because I just actually, one of the ways I define it today is showing up, despite and because, and being ready, not being ready, just showing up. And so this morning I was like, I really want to understand what that means for me. Like, what is my feeling of success every day? Like, what is it? Because a success, right? Life of success means you have a succession
Yeah,
I'm just so charming. A
that works.
succession of good days, right? Of successful days, of successful moments. That's what it is. It's not an event that just happens. Like, oh, that means it was. No. How are you feeling every single day is literally, that's your life. So for me, every day I ask myself, did I show up? Was I honest? Was I brave? And was I kind? And that is success for me, like, honestly. And it doesn't mean, like, honestly, again, that word, that's what it means. It means just knowing that I'm in that integrity of, I'm being kind to myself, to other people. I'm not trying to be right. Of course, I will still try, but I'm noticing these things. I'm showing up bravely in whatever that means to me. And the only way I define it is, how do I feel?
Yeah.
And those things make me feel really good.
Yeah.
And it's always not at all related to like the outcome of things, because the outcome of things feels good in the moment and then it's gone and there's that hit of I want more, I want more, I want more. That's not success. That's what we're actually going to debunk today. So that's what it is for me. What about you?
So this is a really interesting one. So I was saying at the beginning in the introduction that I used to define success by like quite financially, so my dad would always be putting pressure on me like, oh, you haven't earned enough money, therefore you're not successful. And I would it be like so confused because I'm like, well, but I'm happy. And I thought it was about being happy. Like I thought that was more important. And I would see these people making like loads of money and then they would be like miserable all day, every day, miserable. And then they would be able to pay for their 2 weeks holiday a year and go somewhere nice on holiday. And then they would be miserable again for the rest of the like 50 weeks a year. And I was like, that doesn't make sense to me. Like something about that does not make sense. And so now, and like obviously like I guess some people know like I've suffered really badly from depression as well. So some days success is getting up, brushing my teeth, having a cup of coffee, and getting through the day, and some days success is talking to like 100 people on Zoom and giving a presentation and teaching my clients and whatever else I'm going to do, making money, etc., etc. But it's completely like there's no rhyme or reason. There's no like, oh, today all I did was get up and that's it. And it's like, why is that not success? That's definitely success because I got up even though I didn't want to. And even though like all I wanted to do was lie in my bed and mope around, I got up and I brushed my teeth. That's really important for me for some reason. And, I started the day, even though I didn't really do anything with it, I kind of started it. And sometimes you can't. Sometimes you just you wake up in the morning and you're like, I can't do this today. But then you do something and that's success.
Yeah.
That alone is success. And I mean, now that's how I define success. Is like someone earlier wrote, I can't now remember who, but I saw it, sorry, because I'm reading it at the same time as talking. So it's like, someone just now wrote that doing something that you feel uncomfortable doing or doing something new. And that's it. A little bit for me is like doing something that I'm not comfortable with. So for example, when I'm in the depression stage, which I mean, it happens less now, but it still happens. And I still get to that, like, really badly. I'll wake up in the morning and just be like, I can't do this. But I do something. I get up. And that's success. Whereas some days I'll wake up, like this morning I woke up and I was like, right, let's do this. I'm going to study, like I'm back at uni. I'm running my business. I'm doing my group course as of next week. Like I'm launching that. Like it's all like go, 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 go. So at the moment I'm like on a high, so I'm fine. But I know that with every high comes a low. And I know that like, I don't know when it's going to be. It might be in a week. It might be in a month. It might be in a year, but it's coming. And I know that when I get to that low, success is waking up in the morning. And that's it. So definition of success is interesting, and I appreciate you guys writing on the thing, and I've now completely lost it because I don't think, can you scroll back up or no?
No, I
Oh
can't.
yeah, you
No,
can.
no.
I can.
You can?
Success.
Oh,
Okay.
you
I
can.
define success by doing something that you haven't done before. Yes. Success to
Yeah.
me is freedom, the ability to be self-sufficient financially and mentally
Mhm.
so I can work for others or myself at my own will. Yes.
Yes,
Freedom. That's
definitely.
so
Yeah,
important.
yeah,
That's so important. So yeah,
yeah.
guys, if you just joined, if you want to write down your definition of success, so
Yes,
yeah,
please do.
can't speak anymore. Success, then
Yeah,
please do. We really appreciate it. Even if we don't read it out
yeah,
straight away, then we're
yeah,
still reading it. We're just multitasking.
yeah,
We're women. We can
yeah.
do that. It's all good. It's all
Yes.
good. But yes, I really
That's
appreciate you guys writing that down. That's awesome. But yeah, so like,
See, but
yeah.
everything you just shared, Helen, everything you shared and everybody's sharing, that's what it is, though. See, that's what
Mm,
it is. It's being kind, being honest, and being brave and showing up. Sometimes and
that's what it is.
often it means being like, I'm alive today, and I'm good with
Yeah.
that.
And grateful because, you know,
Super
like it's
grateful.
so
Yeah.
silly because there's
Mhm.
people that don't make it to the next day. And
No, that's it. That's it. And also
it's not,
knowing that six. Yeah. Go ahead.
no, just like a friend of a really, like, one of my friends has a really good friend who died last week.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, it was
Mm-hmm.
cancer and not
Mm-hmm.
COVID, which is,
Mm-hmm.
you know, I mean, they're
Mm-hmm.
both such the big C's. There's two big C's now. But it sucks. And it's like, what, like, how do you even process that? And other than feeling grateful that you didn't die, like, it's
Well,
so
that's
stupid, but
yes,
it makes
but
me
that's
appreciate things
it.
because you know what? I
Yeah.
got to stay another day on this earth and that person
Mm-hmm.
didn't. And it sucks for
Mm-hmm.
them. Well, no, it doesn't suck for them. They don't care. They're dead. But like, it sucks for the people around them because obviously, well, you know what I'm saying
Yes.
though.
Yeah, yeah, no,
But
no,
the
but you're
people
absolutely right.
around
It
them
doesn't
are going
they
through
don't
all the,
need you to suffer for them. That's the whole thing. That's the whole
yeah.
thing, right? No.
But
And
like, it's so, but I mean, you know, I'm blunt. This is a fact.
no, but that's it.
But
That's exactly it. Like there's no need to think, "Oh, well, we need to suffer because somebody is hurt." Like they don't need you to suffer for them.
we need to
They need you
live
to thrive for
for them.
you.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
need to. So, like, my basically my brother, he
Yeah.
passed away. Brother from another mother, let's say.
Yes.
He passed away 3 years ago, and every day I do something for him. It's so stupid because it's like, you know, he was obsessed with hot chocolate. And so every time I
Mm-hmm.
have a hot chocolate, I always think of him. Or I'll do something
Yeah.
for him every day, even if it's something
Yeah.
really simple, you know?
Yes.
So,
Yeah.
but that's what it is. And someone's just written,
Yeah.
funerals are for the living.
Yeah,
Yes.
Alessandra. Yeah, hey girl.
Yes.
That's
Oh,
exactly it. But
one
that's
of your friends.
it.
Yeah.
Like we
Yeah.
need to celebrate each other's life every single day because
Yes.
no person that has passed is actually dead. They're alive in
Their
everything we
soul
do
lives
and the way
on.
we
Their
and the
soul
way
lives
we
on.
treat ourselves. That's the thing.
Yeah.
They are there in the way we treat ourselves. And so that
Yeah.
kindness starts with how are you treating yourself? How are you showing up for yourself? Because that's how you're going to show up for every
Yeah.
single human soul, live or dead. You will show up in that kindness and that honesty and that support. It's like my success is not dependent on what you think. My success is dependent on me being in integrity with my soul, like me being
Yeah.
alive and human and being
Yeah.
grateful.
And
As in, I don't have to
and
be grateful for
yeah.
everything. I'm grateful in
In
everything.
everything. Yeah, yeah, for sure.
That's
And
what it
it's
is.
like sometimes, and it's like just being there and doing your best is different every day, but
Yes.
you're doing it every day. Yeah, it's not going to be the
Yes.
same every day,
Yes.
you know,
Yes.
but every day
Yes.
you do your best. And whatever that
Yes.
is, whatever that means
Whatever
to
that is.
you, you do it.
Yes. Yes. And
Yeah,
everyone is.
right?
We're always
Yeah,
doing our best with everything we have, right? But that's the thing. In that moment, that person is doing their best with what they have. They might not be
yeah,
doing something you
exactly.
like, but that's their best.
But that's like, I mean, that goes into another, so like I always say, your opinion can't be wrong because it's yours. I might not agree with
Yeah.
you, but it can
Yeah.
never be wrong because it's your
No.
opinion. It's yours.
Yeah.
That's your
Yeah.
prerogative. You have
Exactly.
that. I might not agree
Yeah.
with you, but it's yours. So
Yeah.
it's the same as what you do every day to show up and to do your best.
Mm-hmm.
I can't challenge you because maybe that is the best that you can do that day. It might be different to my best, but my
It
best
is
is not
though.
going to be the same as
Yeah.
your best. No one's best is
Exactly.
the same, you know,
No.
and no one's
No.
opinions are the same, really.
Yeah,
Do
so
we
there's
both
a do you believe
practice
gratitude? Yes,
gratitude?
absolutely. I
Yes.
think that's what
It's
I
something
mean,
I hear a lot recently and
yeah.
would be good to know if
Yeah.
there's a validity we can practice. Yes, very much so.
Yes, so very much so.
Very much
And
so.
I like this is something I actually it's like non-negotiable with all my clients, like gratitude, whether they want to record themselves, do it on video, it has to be a consistent daily practice where you don't have to do it every day, but the intention to be like, I would like to say my gratitudes every single day will actually start the habit, you know, and then
Yeah,
you realize, oh my God, I'm running out of things to say because I don't do this enough. And then you start realizing, oh no, I can't, I have so many things now. I want to just keep going. It's like, I
yeah,
have too many things to be grateful for, but it
yeah,
has to start with that first. What am I, you know, and it's like, we don't even ask. And
yeah,
then you
for
realize
sure.
every single day, oh my God, I can't even. I can't even. Like, I'm so grateful for you, for this phone, for this
Yeah,
ring light that I don't use, you know, like for this computer, for this, oh my God, for the rain, because rain, you know, wow, I can see it.
yeah,
I'm so grateful for my eyes. Like, I don't even, you know, it's just like, but sometimes, like you said, the best is I'm grateful that I'm alive and I got up today. I'm
yeah,
grateful that I remembered to brush my teeth. I remember that
yeah,
I wrote down to brush my teeth because I know that I need that reminder. And that's my self-love today. I'm grateful I did that for myself. That's
yes,
enough.
exactly,
That's
exactly.
success. Just
And it's,
be. Yeah.
you know, it's things like every single day you can be grateful.
Yeah.
Your things don't have to change. They can be
No.
like,
Exactly.
for
Yeah.
example,
Yeah.
CJ, who wrote earlier, like he has two of the most beautiful kids I've ever seen in my entire life, by the way. And he could write that in
Aw.
every single day of the year, like without a doubt that he could be grateful for them. You know, like it doesn't have to
Yes.
be different things every day. It can be the same
Yes.
things. Just
Yeah.
remembering that you are grateful for these
Yes.
people that are in your life, the children that are in your
Yeah.
life, the adult, even
Yeah.
like your partner,
Yeah.
whatever, your friends. Like every day you can be grateful for the same thing. That's okay. It doesn't have to be
Yes.
different every day.
No, it could be
Um,
the same thing.
it
Copy
can
and
be the
paste the
same
same thing.
thing.
And you know what? Hell, sorry, go keep going. I had
No,
to.
no, no. I was
Yeah.
just going to say, like, I think a lot of the time when people say, oh, like, I have to practice my gratitude and they
Mm-hmm.
put pressure on themselves,
Yeah.
but it doesn't need to be pressure. It can just be like,
No.
hey, you know what? I really appreciate the fact I have Wi-Fi and I can still work.
Yeah.
Because if I didn't have Wi-Fi, I would not be able to
Yeah.
work.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, and
And
it's just things like that, you know, it's just, and oh,
well,
hey, by the way, I live in a freaking forest. So if I didn't have
yeah.
Wi-Fi with a broken ankle, I would be so screwed right now, you know, and
Well,
it's like, I'm
it's
freaking
curious. It's
grateful for
also
that every day.
it allows us curiosity also because there are things we're not even aware we're grateful for. We're always grateful, guys. Like you might not be aware of it, but you are.
Mm.
Like if you actually start listening, it's like, well, no, of course I'm grateful I have a body and I can move it, or maybe I can't move it, but I can feel it. Whatever it is, like curiosity, but like just looking at something, being like, what is this thing? Oh, am I grateful for it? Just ask. Literally, if you
Yeah,
don't know, am I grateful for this book? And if not, why is it there? You know, like literally,
yeah,
it starts
chuck
a
it.
conversation
If
with your
you're
higher
not
self.
grateful for it, get rid of
Yes, well,
it.
there's the thing, like it actually allows you sovereignty over your experience of this life. And then you're like, I actually get to curate based on this experience of gratitude for everything that I'm so deeply grateful for. And I also am aware that some things I'm just allowing and they're not actually for me and I don't want them there. And that's a really great way of being like, wait, they're just cluttering and I'm not seeing the gratitude, right? It's like I have
Yeah,
to pay for my car. I don't even want my car. Like, I'm grateful I can walk. Okay, let's walk instead. But seriously, you know, and I
yeah.
have this hack. Like, if anybody has trouble, and I know we deviated from success, we didn't deviate, we expanded into
We'll
gratitude,
come
which
back
is
to
so
it. We'll
much more
come back
interesting.
around. We'll come
So,
back around.
like, that's success, actually. Being able to talk about gratitude with so much zeal, I think that's success.
Yeah,
So
it is
this
definitely,
like
definitely.
honestly people bringing it up like that's success that people are wanting to experience that not like how do I get more successful, give me 5 steps, like I have no steps, be grateful. So like this is the thing, you can do this really fun thing where I used to do this with my clients, my friends, texting somebody you care about, like somebody you love, that you're grateful for them. And what else, like you could add 2 more things or just them.
Yeah,
I'm grateful for you, bye. And that's like you do a little game, like, you know, Helen and
yeah,
I, we could do this on WhatsApp. It's like, I'm grateful for you, Helen, every single day.
yeah,
It's like homework. and you're just like having this fun game, and then you realize, you just feel like you said before, it just multiplies. You're like, oh, who else do I
Yeah.
want to say grateful? I'm grateful for you, you know, because people
Well,
need to hear it, they just don't say it.
goes back to I wrote a blog, success when you can determine what is
Yes.
good and what is bad in your life.
Yes,
Yes,
Alessandra.
100%.
Yeah,
I totally agree.
absolutely. So
So I
such a
wrote
good
a
decision.
blog like a while back in lockdown at some point, about accepting compliments. And basically I noticed that a lot of people were really bad at accepting compliments. And I'm like, dude,
Yeah.
I just want to freaking compliment
Yeah.
you. Just say thank
Yeah.
you. Like, that's all you need to do,
Yeah.
right? So I wrote a blog about it to like some of my male friends who aren't very good at accepting compliments.
I think a
And
lot of females aren't very good at accepting compliments,
that's
actually.
true,
We're
but I
very
don't
good at
have as
deflecting.
many. Yeah, I have way more male friends that are
Oh,
terrible at it. And I was like, no, this
yeah.
cannot continue.
Yeah.
Like, you need
Yeah.
to realize that when I give you a compliment, I am not
Yeah.
bullshitting you. I'm telling you that because that's what I think. If you don't agree with me, that's on you. That's not on me. And the blog went on to say that basically, like, once you start accepting compliments, you'll start giving them more. And then it's like you kind of get used to hearing things, you'll start believing it, and it kind of all works full circle. But it's the same with gratitude.
Yes.
So
Exactly.
when you're grateful for other things, more people will be grateful for you. When you tell people you're grateful for them, they will tell you back, because that's how it works. And it's not, you're not giving to receive. You're just, you're grateful
You
for
just want to
someone
express your gratitude.
and they're
But
grateful for you.
that's it.
Yeah.
Like, if you want to get something, start giving it, and you realize you
Yeah.
have the abundance already. You have an abundance
Yeah.
of it. So that's
Exactly.
how you, cultivates the law of attraction. Like, the whole basics of it is, it's physics, guys. The only way you're going to receive anything is if you have it already.
Yeah,
like,
for sure. 100%.
That really
It's true.
You know?
It's true. It's absolutely true. It's absolutely true. And I think this is like, well, I mean, it's a freaking great
success.
introduction,
Coming back to
I
success,
have to say. But, you know, defining success, I think not you personally, but like people have to define their own success. That is the number one thing. You have to define your own
definition.
success.
Yes, and it changes every day. Yes.
It's not linear. It changes all the time. It's changing.
Yeah.
So we were gonna talk a little bit more about like business success and like, or like, I guess not necessarily. I was gonna move on to manifestations, but you guys know that me. Yeah, sorry, CJ.
Well, right?
It's true though, it works.
Yeah. Well, you live so firmly in that belief that vibration is your reality, and that's how everything comes around you. It's very simple. Like, it's so difficult for us to understand because you just need to experience and do it, you know, but you can only come from gratitude, from being like, I actually have everything I need. Like, I really do. That's it. And then,
but it's about perspective. So like, yes, maybe I have everything I need, but maybe I'm not seeing in the right light. Maybe I'm not seeing the situation how I could see it.
Yes. I'm not looking through the right friggin'. Take off your glasses.
Take your glasses off. No, don't. I'll be blind without them.
Not you. Yes, but take off the glasses that society puts on you, and this comes back to success. See, it's beautiful. We come back to it. Whatever glasses you're wearing that are not yours, like you said, I'm going to be blind. Most of us are blind because we're wearing glasses that somebody else decided we need to wear to define what success means and determine our worth, right? Our value, our accomplishment based on what they tell us we need to see. And that never makes us happy. Not only that, it continues this belief that we then teach other people, right? So that's why do people teach each other? Well, because that's what they've believed their whole lives. They don't know any better because they've never been told, they've never been allowed.
Exactly. And it's not necessarily that they're deliberately doing it wrong. They just don't know any better.
No,
and
exactly.
So
that's it.
It's up to like us, the say new generation.
Hi. Sorry, I'm saying hi to a friend from Moscow.
That's cool. Say hi to everyone.
It's so exciting.
Like, awesome that so many people have already come on. Like, I really appreciate it. And everyone that's sticking around as well. Like, I see the numbers going up and down of how many people are watching, and everyone that's carried on watching, I really appreciate you a lot.
Yes,
so thank
we
you.
love you guys. Thank you.
I really appreciate you. You are amazing. So, but I was going to say, like, it's so for like example, going back to my dad, kind of like the way he used to kind of say to me, like, oh, you're not successful until you're earning money and until you're earning a decent amount of money. But it's
Yes.
not because he was well, he did believe that, but that's because
Yes.
he was taught that, you
Yeah,
know, and
exactly.
it's like,
Yes.
you know, and it
Mm-hmm.
gets passed on generation to generation to
Yeah.
generation
Yeah.
until
Yeah.
all people are caring about is what their parents think of them, because that's
Yeah.
ultimately like the first thing that
Mm-hmm.
you know, you want to look like a good person in your parents' eyes. You want to look like a
Yes.
success in your parents'
Mm-hmm.
eyes. I mean, like for me, I know full well that my dad was never going to see me as a success. So like I kind of made my peace with that and just accepted it, even though I didn't like it. I accepted it. But
Mm-hmm.
you know, there's other people that
Yeah.
maybe can change the parents a little bit.
So so I have a little tips before we wrap up. I have a couple tips to share with people. Is as far as success goes, when you look at other people and you define success based on what you think it is for other people, really asking yourself, what it is that they're doing, that they're experiencing in your eyes that
Yeah,
is successful, right? Not because somebody said so, like, okay, I don't know, Steve Jobs was successful, right? Really look at his why. Why is
yeah.
that success
Why?
for you?
Why is
He
so
lived,
important?
he was so creative. He lived his passion. He did not accept defeat. He stood up for what he believed. He created something really cool for the world. You know, despite being fired, he still continued working, you know, on this. He didn't, his why was more important than his ego. That's what success is to me. That's why I think he's successful. Not because he's Steve Jobs and everybody knows him, and not because there's the movie about him, and not because he, like, you know, created this incredible empire now. That's not why. That doesn't
Yep,
matter. His succession of his days were filled with passion and
yep,
commitment, and also self-love, because he wouldn't
yep.
have done what he did if he didn't actually love himself. And that's, to me, that's success. So asking, what is it that's being projected? Is that actually success for you? And we're going to start this whole thing with, like, don't be an overnight success, because you're going to be an
Yeah,
overnight unsuccess, because you're not actually,
exactly.
you're experiencing a moment that has nothing to do with you. And if you identify with that feeling as your success, all you'll ever feel worth about is how other people are allowing you to exist in the world. That's
Exactly.
not, that's, and that is why people are unhappy. It's like, what do you mean? I'm only
Yeah.
worth what people tell me I'm worth. It's like,
It's
I
like,
can only
nah,
be as
man.
successful as people
That's
tell me, right? No.
bullshit. But that's basically like how this whole conversation started, is because we
Yes.
were chatting the other day on
Yes.
Zoom, and we were saying, you know, like the overnight success. What is the overnight success? Like, what even
It
is that?
takes,
Like,
it takes
man,
35 years
there
to
are
be an
so many
overnight
things, and
success. Or
yeah,
50 or
like
70. Yes. That's what you
more
want. You want it
even,
at the
like,
end of
you
your
know,
life.
you
And be
keep
like,
going and
yeah.
you keep going, and just because
Yeah.
people have only just heard of you doesn't mean that you've only just started. It just means that you finally got the recognition for what you've been doing for the last 25 years,
Yeah.
you
And
know.
Helen, what if, okay, but here's the thing. What if you never get recognition? That's the whole thing. The point isn't recognition. That is how you try to be successful on terms that are not yours. That it's
Yeah,
not in
but that
recognition.
goes
Nobody
back
needs to recognize
again
you.
to how you define success. That's
Yes.
what it is. If you
Yeah.
define success by recognition,
Then
then
it's over. Yeah.
yeah, you might as well
It's
give
over.
up now.
You're just not going to be
You
very
know.
happy. That's all. That's all we're going to say. Like, you're not going to be happy. And we've experienced it for sure, right? It's like, I'm going to do this thing. I'm going to get this thing. I'm going to become really, really, really good at it. And people are going to tell me I'm good at it. And I'm going to feel really good. And I'm going to be successful. And then you do it. And it's like, but it took me to be suffering. It took me to let go of things I really cared about. It took me to try to please my ego, right? Not serve my higher self, but please my ego. That doesn't feel good to me. Yeah, that moment of success and recognition doesn't give, I don't crap, because, like, it's
Mhm.
over. What is left is my experience of that. And no, but we have to go through it. That's the whole thing. We have
Yeah,
to
of
go through
course.
it to
It's
know the
like a
distinction,
learning
right?
process. It's a
Yeah, it's
learning
like, that's
process.
not success.
Your
Yeah,
friend
we love
Alexandra,
it though.
she's
Yes, yes,
clearly very
exactly.
bright. I like your
Yeah.
style.
Oh, Alessandra is
Create what you
amazing.
love
She's
without like
yes.
exactly.
She's
And
my
it's like,
client. Hi,
oh,
Alessandra.
amazing. Well, you're obviously teaching her well. But I always think like a way for me to work out something like, you know, sometimes I'm not sure about a decision or something like that. And I say, would I do this if nobody else was here? Would I do this if nobody was
Yes.
watching? Would I do this
Yeah.
if it was
Yeah.
just up to me and not up to anyone else?
Yeah. So
That,
master, yeah.
that's
I'm sure
CJ,
there are
right.
many people who have a
Hang on.
base set.
How do
How
you
do you begin to set the
begin?
foundation? I'm sure
I'm
that many
sure
who
that,
have a base set on other opinions. How do you separate yourself from that?
okay, hang on.
He
The
means like
foundation, do you mean the foundation
foundations,
of
success, what it
your
means.
success? Is
Yeah.
this what you mean? Yeah.
There's sure that many who have a base. Well, they're set on opinions that are not theirs because we don't even question what success means. That's the whole thing. We're told success means you have 5,000 likes, or you have X amount of money in the bank, or you have a wife and a kid or whatever. That's success, and you don't question it. So as soon as you start questioning, you get to define your foundation. And also you get to realize, and Helen, you beautifully said this before, you get to redefine as it lives every single day. It's like today, my definition of success is different than it was yesterday. It's still in that foundational, I want to be kind, I want to be present, I want to be honest, you know, I want to show up. However, my definition today is showing up on live and doing this with you and then going for a walk and going to the gym. That's my definition of success for today. Fine. Tomorrow, it could be delivering a presentation and working with my client, and also detaching from all attachment to a result. Like, that's it. You know, like that does not, that's not up to, and that's up to us. That the result will come the way it does, but the process being enjoyable, I feel like that is how we need to start looking for that foundation. Is like you said.
Well, it's like that whole thing about like the journey. The journey is not the definition, or the journey is the definition. Yeah, yes. That's what I'm trying.
Yeah, the destination is the journey, basically.
Destination
right? Like,
versus the journey.
Yes.
That's what we're trying to say.
Yes, we can do this.
I'm doing that whole multitasking thing where I'm reading and I'm talking and I'm listening at the same time.
No.
And sometimes it gets to the point where my brain is like, "Are you freaking kidding me? Stop trying to do it all." And I'm like, "No, I didn't want to."
You don't have to do it all. That's also success, guys. Nobody has to do it all. But if you want to and that makes you happy, that's success. You know? It's like,
exactly. So one thing I was going to say is to right at the beginning, a really nice exercise. I kind of I do this when I feel like I'm kind of spiraling into I kind of feel my mind going into that depression mode, and you know, sometimes I don't feel it. Sometimes it just rocks up and just goes, "Hey, fuck you." And I'm like, "Oh, right, cool." But sometimes I feel it. Sometimes I feel it spiraling, and that's when usually there's a trigger. And so I do my intentions in the morning and my successes in the evening. So in the morning I wake up and I write 3 things I'm going to do, and they are not allowed to be to do with work. That's my one stipulation for that is I have to write 3 intentions. So it could be, I'm going to eat breakfast, I'm going to brush my teeth, and I'm going to drink a coffee. Probably not in that order. You're probably going to do the coffee before the tea. But you know what I'm saying.
So it could be that on your terms, girl. Doesn't matter, okay?
Well, I don't want to have smelly breath all day, so
anyway.
But okay, so sometimes that is it, and sometimes it's like I'm gonna go to the gym, I'm gonna deadlift 100 kilos, and I'm gonna go for a run afterwards. Like, I don't know, not right now, since I've broken ankle, but you know what I'm saying, like. So it could be and it's not allowed to be to do with work, but it can be anything else. Okay. And then in the evening, I look at my intentions and I go, did I go to the gym today? Yeah, I did. Did I lift 100 kilos? Nah, I lifted 95. Okay. Well, I'm still happy with that. Am I still happy with that? Yeah, I'm still happy with that. 95, that's pretty good. That's, you know, did I go for a run afterwards? No, but I went for a bike instead. I still did cardio. Right? Still cardio. That's cool. Okay, yeah, I'm pretty happy with that.
Okay, cool. The point is, you're just defining success again for yourself, right?
Yeah, redefine all the time. Yeah.
How do I feel about this? This was my intention. Great. This is how I feel about it now. I feel really good about it. I did it.
You know, sometimes you set stuff and you're like, you know what? I didn't want to do that. Like, you get there and you're like, I
Yes.
don't want to
And
eat
that's
that. I
success,
don't
by
want
the way.
to run that, you know, and
Helen,
that's fine
what you
because
just
you're staying. Yeah,
Helen,
exactly. You're saying,
what
I don't
you
want to
just
do that
said,
shit.
sorry, I have to, what
Yeah.
you just said is that success. Everyone, like,
Mm.
if there's anything to take away, what you just said, that's success.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
listening. It's not, because even when we say other people's success, and sometimes your definition is also based on, oh, it's because I need to do this. You set it up, and then, like you said, I look at it and I'm like, do I actually need to do this, and do I
Yeah.
want to do this? And if not, success is saying no.
Nah, you don't need to
That's
do that.
success. That's success, because you're owning your
Yeah.
sovereignty over what actually it is for you right now and listening to yourself. That's how
Yep.
you feel successful. It's like, well, I want to do these
Exactly.
things and they weren't coming from the place I'm now. So now is different. It's just, but
Yeah.
I'm being honest about it,
And
right? Again, kind,
exactly.
honest,
And
present.
sometimes you
Ah,
wake up in the morning and you have all the good intentions, and then you get
yes,
to the afternoon and you're like, I am wiped. I am so
yes,
freaking tired. I cannot do
yes,
any of this. And that's still
yes.
okay. And that's still successful because
That's
you're admitting
success.
to yourself that this is not the
Yes.
right time to do those jobs. You know, it's like, you
No,
know what?
no,
I'm listening to
no.
my body, I'm listening to my
Exactly.
mind, and that
Yes.
is success.
Well, that's what everything is setting us not to do, right? That's like,
Yeah.
don't listen to your body, don't listen to your soul, don't listen to yourself, listen to everyone else. So even setting up like a gym goal, I've been there. Like every time I've been injured is because I've been trying to be successful on someone else's terms that nobody told me, but I created. It's like, I need to do this.
Yeah,
Was it worth it?
for sure.
Absolutely freaking not, you know? But
It
like
never
now I'm
is.
like, oh, success is I get to the gym, like, nope, I'm going to go do this instead because I just want to sit in the massage chair.
Yep.
That's what my success for today looks like. I'm taking care of my body in this way
Yeah.
and I'm feeling good about it because it's not my ego, you know?
And
And I'm just
sometimes,
like,
like, yeah, you have to block out. So, like, for example, in like the MMA environment, it's a very male dominated environment. If
yes,
you, for example, sit out for a round of sparring, you
yeah,
will get the shit ripped out of
mm-hmm,
you. They'll be like,
mm-hmm,
what is wrong with you? Like, why are
yeah,
you sitting out? And you feel like you have to justify, and you're like, oh my
yeah,
God, like I feel so bad for sitting out of this
yeah,
round, and you have to make up a freaking injury or something. Like, oh, my
yeah,
ankle is bad. Like, there's nothing wrong with my ankle or whatever, you know, like you have to make up an injury just so you're
yeah,
justified to sit out around. And it's like, I'm sitting out. And what?
good,
You know?
yes,
But
yeah,
you will get the shit ripped out of you still, but
yeah,
it's the confidence. If you say it with confidence, like
yes,
I'm sitting out,
yeah.
it's like they don't have a like a lot of, you know, it's a very kind of like it's quite a chauvinistic environment. Like I have to
It's
really
not
try
about them.
quite
It's not
hard
about
to,
them. It's
yeah,
about
that's
you.
it,
Why
that's
are
what I'm
you
trying to,
there?
yeah,
Right? Why are you there?
yeah.
Are you there to get their approval? Because
No,
that's a whole other
exactly,
god. That's not success, right? That's
exactly.
exactly it. So that's where you're going to feel like crap.
And it's like,
That's why
oh,
you
hey,
don't.
I'm actually sitting out because I don't want to get injured this round, because I know that if I push
Yeah.
myself too hard, I am going to get
Yeah.
injured and it's not going to end
Yes.
well for me. And I'd rather sit
Exactly.
out one round than the next 6 months while my ACL is repairing, you know?
Well,
It's just like,
this is like again. I hope that we're twisting the algorithm of what we think we need to do to what we actually truly need to do, because it teaches other people too. When somebody in that chauvinistic environment sees you taking care of you, that gives them a little glimpse of what it's like. And they might not
mm,
say anything about it, but it'll give them that confidence, like maybe I could do the same for myself too.
yeah,
Maybe I can advocate
exactly.
for myself and care
Exactly.
less about what other people are thinking, because really it's not their life, it's mine. You
Yeah.
know? So
And they're
boom.
not the ones that are going to have to sit out and be injured for
No,
6 months.
no, no.
They
And
don't
nobody
care, you
cares.
know?
People are going to
Yeah.
judge you regardless. They're going to judge you that you set out. They're going to judge you that you didn't. They're going to judge you that you said, my ankle's broken and it's not. You know, whatever it is, they're going to judge you. So
Yeah.
what's more
Of course they
important to
are.
you? Why you're there, or
Exactly.
what
It's
people are going to
like,
think? That's the most important thing. Like, why are you actually there is the
yeah.
most important thing. So success is that.
And
Knowing your why.
and even like with things, yeah, know your why is
Yeah.
so important.
Every
But
single
even
moment,
things
right?
like that, like
Yeah.
sometimes you just have to sit back and ask yourself, why am I here? Why am I doing this? You know,
Yeah.
just sit back and just say to yourself, why am I actually doing this again? Oh yeah.
Yes.
And if it's a
Yeah.
good reason, carry on. If it's like
Yeah.
because I'm trying to prove a point to someone, because I'm trying to prove that I'm manly, because I'm
Yeah.
trying to do this, like,
Yeah.
okay, why?
Yeah.
Why do you need to do that? You know?
Well, it's
Like,
yeah, that is, yes. That is actually, that's what like Socrates would do. Like, so
yeah,
why? who's saying all of these things? Who is in charge right now? And why do they matter? Like,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
it's just like,
Exactly.
you know?
Exactly.
Oh my God, that's my friend Alec. Oh hi, Alec, you're showing up too late. You're gonna have to, yeah, you're gonna have to watch
You're
the
just in
replay. I'm
time.
sorry.
I mean, let's ask what your definition of success
Yeah,
is then.
Alec,
If
what's
you're
your
just in
definition of
time,
success? Yeah,
if you claim to
just
be
in time
just
is
in
a good
time.
definition, right? Just in time. I'm always of the right time. I'm on my time. That's my definition of
Exactly.
success.
Yeah, and everyone can watch back if you miss any of this as
Yes.
well. Like, you know,
Yeah.
people aren't always present for the whole live, so you can
Yes.
always watch back. It'll be
That's
on my
exactly it.
Instagram.
Yes. I would
There
definitely
you
not where I
go.
would start. I would start
Oh,
there with you, Alec. You know me. Socratic method is the beginning of everything. Well, that's what we like when I said it's kind of the definition of Socrates. That's coaching method is like why? Who?
yeah.
What's
I
important
mean,
to you?
it's my favorite question, to be honest. It's absolutely my favorite question. Is why success
Oh,
is the
success is
meaning
the
found at
meaning
the
found at
end.
the end.
Oh,
Interesting.
really?
Interesting.
Well,
Well, we'll
you
talk about that.
obviously haven't been here
Hey,
for
it's
our
your
entire
opinion.
talk.
That's very interesting. That's very cool. What the thing is, the meaning is always there, and sometimes you don't really need to worry about finding it, right? It's just accepting and allowing it to emerge through the work that you do by being yourself, being confident that you know your why and standing by that, like you just said, not because somebody else's opinion is more important than, you know, the meaning you have. Like basically ask yourself, what do you want? Why do you want it? And who cares? Like really,
Yeah.
that's it. What do you
I'm
want? What
and
do you want? Who
you know,
cares?
allow the fact that the meaning could change or your why.
Yes.
Your why
Oh,
can change and it's
I
allowed
love
to
that.
change.
Yes, 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 yes. It's really important with the why because like, oh, I have to find my why. Yeah, and your why can change within an hour because you're going to get even
Mhm.
deeper. It's like, ooh, and
Yeah.
now I'm discovering all these things. And what, ooh, man, I don't want it what I wanted 2 hours ago. What do I do with this? That's success. It's like you're allowing for that to emerge, right, Helen? Like inform your
Mhm.
life in a
Yeah.
creative way where you're not in a silo of this is my tunnel vision to the why and I got to get there and that's success. No, like,
And
well,
just
sure, but
like, you know, now people I
yeah,
feel like if you
I
don't
love
feel
that.
successful while going through the
Yeah,
process, you won't be successful at the
always,
end.
yeah.
Sometimes I guess that can be true, but there's sometimes when you feel like you're not being successful and then you get to the end and it's really promising and it takes you somewhere really good, then that can still be defined as success.
Well, again,
Depends on
definition of success, right?
yeah,
What's like, for me, again, it's not because something worked. Success could be something didn't work, but I
yeah.
gave it my best. I showed up and that's my success. So I know that it was successful. You know, it was a
So
successful failure.
yeah,
The end is
well,
the
that's
why,
it, and
but
you learn a lot from failure. But
yes.
there's just one kind of thing that when I read what is it, Alessandra
Yep. Yeah.
wrote. So when I would go through a fight camp, I would feel beaten up every day. I'd
Yeah.
feel like absolutely terrible every day. I
Yeah.
would feel like, why the hell am I doing
Yeah.
this? You know,
Yeah.
etc., etc., etc.
Yeah.
And then I would win the fight, and then I would be like, this is the best day of my life. It was all worth it,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
So that is a perfect example of feeling unsuccessful every single day going through that. It's usually about 6 week fight camp. So you feel unsuccessful every day for 6 weeks, and then you win a fight, you feel like the best thing in the world, and then you want to do it again for some stupid reason. Welcome to my life.
But this is again, this is the question of what it means, right? Success is not feeling great about everything. It's
Yeah,
about knowing that you're intentional and you care more about the
yeah,
work than you are about feeling down for a
yeah,
moment and feeling hurt because you know that you care, you're enjoying it, right? So it's not so much even
yeah,
success, it's are you enjoying it? Like not
yeah. Well, I
not
know
in
is the
a
answer.
ecstatic like I'm high on life all the time, but really are you enjoying the work, the experience, the life you're living? Because if not, then the end will never justify the means, right?
yeah,
That's the whole. So the end
sure.
comes at the why comes in the end. Yeah, you know what? Okay, this is the thing. Your intention will set up the action, and then life will reveal the mystery of the why. Like you can have an idea, but life will reveal the mystery, and the point is to live it, right?
Yeah,
So that's just
exactly.
it.
And I think, yeah, like just
Why?
knowing that
Alec is
you can, is he,
He's so
what, oh,
funny. Alec, his name is Alec. What comes at the end is the English language. Yeah. Why?
he's
I just
not
want to know.
wrong.
Why? You know that?
I'm like a 4-year-old, like 4-year-olds or like toddlers, they're always
Yes.
like, why?
Well, that's
Maybe
how
they're
you need to
actually
be.
the cleverest people in the world.
That's what life is.
Boy,
I feel like we're always interrupting each other, but I think it's because it's a lag,
it's
guys. By
the
the way, it's
delay.
not because
It's the
we are.
delay.
There is a lag. Yeah, but it's just. I'm just like I can't talk to you endlessly all day.
Yeah, we're like gonna have the longest lives like between us. It's like, hey, it's
It's
gonna be
fine.
20 minutes. Like an hour later, I'm like, yeah, we're not done yet.
Hey, you care about success. Success is in the process. This is the process. We're also discovering things. It's not like we're here to teach you or preach or tell you this is the way. We're just discussing what it means for us. And tomorrow we can have another conversation about it, right? Like that's
Yeah,
the whole point.
easily, easily,
That's
without a
but the
doubt.
biggest driver was for today is because I feel very, very connected to this desire to achieve and perform and
Yes,
become, and also fully aware that that's not who I am. And what I truly believe is that I'm exactly where I need to be and I'm perfectly fine exactly as I am. And I'm actually really amazing. And those two things come in like little, and then I'm like, wait,
yeah,
this is who I am and this is a thought. So we're here today to discuss the thought of success means this. You need to do it as fast and as whatever,
you've got my
like
not
zealously
being
as
able to speak
possible.
disease.
Yeah, and by all means possible, right? Just like
Yeah,
take no moments to rest. Just go for the success. Go for the go for the win. It's like I don't want to win, I want to live. That's winning
yeah.
to me. And if I win, everyone wins.
Yeah, well, that's it. And I totally agree. It's because 4-year-olds, I think that's what you're talking about when I said about 4-year-olds asking
Yeah,
why.
yeah.
It's because they want to learn
Never,
everything. Yes,
never.
I love the attitude as well.
Yes,
And what age do we stop
yes.
asking questions? And it's when people start laughing at our questions. So we ask
Yes.
a question that's maybe not a valid question, or it's maybe a
Yeah.
question that somebody thinks it's a stupid question and they laugh at us, and then
Yeah.
we feel like, oh, I shouldn't ask that question, and then it
Yeah.
happens again, and then we gradually stop asking questions. I think it's around like 7 or 8 when people
Mm-hmm.
stop asking questions and stop questioning
Mm-hmm.
everything. And it's usually
Yeah.
in school, admittedly, like,
Mm-hmm.
it's
Yeah. Well, we
probably
get
like
punished. We get punished
you
for it,
get
right?
punished for asking
That's
stupid
the thing.
questions. And I
Yeah.
remember
Yeah.
asking questions at school and being told that I was stupid because I was asking them, by my
Yeah.
teachers, by the way.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that is when I stopped. I remember this
Yeah.
distinctly. Like that's when
Yeah.
I stopped asking questions, because every time I would ask a question, I would be like told off, made to look stupid, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah.
And you just get put off it because you're like, I don't want to feel like that anymore. I don't want to feel stupid.
No. No.
Like
I know.
I feel
Yeah.
stupid for asking a question. And then it wasn't until I
Yeah.
got to my like late
Yeah.
20s,
Yeah.
and yes, I
Yeah. It's a
100%
stigma.
agree. There is
Exactly.
no
There are no
stupid
stupid
questions.
questions. Yeah.
100% agree.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like even
Yeah.
so in like the jiu-jitsu world, we always say, oh, there's no stupid questions apart from white belt, and it's like a joke, but it's true.
Yeah.
It's like the stigma of being a white belt is like, it's like the beginner level. So
Yep.
it's like, oh, anyone can ask a question apart from a white belt. But actually the white belts are the ones that need to ask the questions the most. So it's so
Right. Yeah.
stupid. And like,
Stop.
I
Okay.
welcome questions, but it's still
No.
like the culture of it. The culture of it is
Oh,
like, it's
well,
so
okay.
bad.
So, well, this is the thing. Screw that.
Yeah.
Screw that right now. Like, just screw it. We live in a free country, you and I. Some people don't. They're not, they're
Yeah.
like, like, there is death punishment for asking questions. Really.
Yeah.
Like, if I
Yeah.
was born at the time where my great grandfather was, and I would probably be in a like concentration camp right now because I would be asking questions. He was put in one because he was asking questions. Like
I
this
would be
kind
in
of
one because
situation.
I'm Jewish. My
But
my
that's
family's
right.
Jewish. I'd definitely be
Well,
there,
that's
like
what I was saying. So like we would be in a
freaking,
concentration.
yeah.
Point being,
It's scary.
We're here today with
We're so lucky.
the freedom to ask questions and feel stupid and do it anyway. So find the right people that are going to allow you to ask questions and are going to encourage them. Really, like, connect with those people in your life, right? And just really understand that the most valuable thing you could give somebody is the space to ask questions and to be heard. And ask them questions and allow them to be heard.
Yeah.
Like, Helen, how are you feeling right now? This is a stupid question. How are you feeling?
I'm so freaking pumped. Like, so freaking pumped right now. Like, I'm so freaking excited about life right now. It's not even funny. Like, I literally want to jump up and down, and I'm not going to because I'll probably re-break my ankle. But that's how I feel.
And question. And would you change anything about your life experience right now?
No, because I've learned so much about the fuck ups. You know, every time I mess something up, I've learned 1,000 times more. Every time someone's treated me like shit, you know, like, I mean, okay, I don't know how many people on this live have read my story. The reason I put it on my website is because I don't like repeating it. It's on my website. If you want to go have a look, it's hhhselfdefense.com. But basically, that is the reason that I do what I do. Okay, so if you want to go have a look, it's in my link.
It's very powerful.
Go to the link in my bio. You can read it there. Okay, that is the reason that I do what I do. Even that, and even going through that experience is, I would not wish it on anyone, by the way. Like, it's the worst thing I've been through in my life. But it taught me to be who I am now. It taught me to be resilient. And being resilient is the one thing I'm proud of being. Have you ever
I have a few videos on that, actually. The fear of failure. We'll do another live on that. We cannot.
Oh my God, we need to, because that's like a whole other topic. Oh my God. Yeah, literally. Yes and no is the answer, but to be discussed.
We will see. We have a request. Fear of failure.
Yeah, I'm going to write that down, CJ, and we're going to do a whole live on the fear of failure.
We'll do it on my channel. Yes.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, so guys, go and follow Sasha, and if you don't already, follow her, and we'll do a live maybe next week, and we'll discuss the fear of failure.
Yes.
Okay, because I think that's going to be amazing.
That's success, by the way. It's feel the fear, do it anyway, right?
Yes.
There, exactly. I just answered your question. That's literally in a nutshell what it is. Does it go away? Never.
Never. But you know what? The other thing is that I personally, and like, we're probably going to talk about this more than we should now, but we will discuss it more. I can't help it. But it's like embracing the fear. It's like, okay, I am so freaking scared right now. Okay, so I'm going to give you an example. Okay, when I broke my ankle, which was like 6-7 weeks ago now, I tried to, so I was climbing. So for anyone who doesn't know, I was climbing up a cliff. And I reached for the last hold. I fell once. I then was like, come on, man the fuck up, Helen. Let's do this. You can definitely reach. You're definitely taller than you think you are. I'm not. So climb back up. Yeah, this is literally what happened. I climbed back up and I was like, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. And I was like, I'm so scared. I'm so fucking scared. I was shaking. I was like, oh my God, like what if I die? I was like, right, I'm not going to die because I'm attached to a rope. Okay, it's lead climbing. So I'm attached to a rope like here. But if I fall, I land here, like the same distance, right? So it's like 7 meters. So I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna do it. Like, I know there was a hold at the top that I was trying to reach, right? And the boys had all done it because they were taller than me, because everyone's freaking taller than me, right? So I'm like, I can do it. And I'm like edging, I'm on tiptoes, I'm like edging towards it. I'm like this far away. And I'm like, I can do it. I wasn't that far away. I was like that far away, by the way. Like, oops. And I was like, I can do it. And I was so scared, but I did it. And I broke my ankle. And I was like, I'm not even sorry. I'm literally not even sorry. Like, I accepted that could be a consequence at the time. I was like, you know what? Because I thought I was going to smash my face on the cliff. Like, honestly, that's what I expected. I was like, the worst thing that's going to happen is I'm going to smash my face on the cliff. I'm going to look pretty cool for a few weeks because I'm going to have a smashed up face. And I wasn't in a fight. Usually when I have a smashed up face because of a fight, I was like, you know what? Fuck it. It's going to be fine. And then I broke my ankle and I was not fine at all. And I'm
Yeah.
not happy that I broke my ankle, but I'm happy that I did it, because if I hadn't
Yeah.
done it, I would have felt so much worse. I would have been like, oh, I should have just tried it. Like, why didn't I just try it? Like, oh, that's so annoying, you know, like, and I'm like, now I think about it, I'm like, A, I made the decision. I was in control of the decision.
Yeah.
B, I'm much happier that I tried it and broke my ankle than didn't try it at all. I know that
Yeah.
sounds messed up, and I know it's like fucked me up for the next 2 months, but you know what? I'm still happier that I did it.
That's
And that's
yours.
all I
It's
can.
yours. It's your
I made a
definition,
decision.
right? It's
Yeah.
your definition. You lived up to what you defined as success that morning, that afternoon, that evening. So that's why you're
Yeah.
sitting here like, I'm happy, I'm fine, I'm cool. And that's why every time I talk to you, you're not complaining about your ankle. You're like, oh yeah, by the way, yeah, it's still broken. You know, you're
It's still
enjoying it
broken.
because you're like, you're living in alignment with that. You're not pissed off that you broke your ankle. You're like, yeah, I knew something was maybe going to happen. It did. Cool. I'm happy nothing
Yeah.
worse happened. And next
Yeah.
time I'll know that I'm not taller than I thought. But you know, that's like, I'm going to try myself.
I probably won't. I'll probably do it again. But you know what? If I'm making the decision, and I'm making that decision.
Yes,
End of.
exactly.
If I, hopefully I won't break my ankle next time I climb, but if I
Yes.
do, at least I'll have made that decision and I'll have made it myself.
Yes, and you would have
So
known. You would have known.
I'll be in control of it. If I'm in control of it, whatever, I'll learn from it. You know?
You'll, of course, that's the thing. You'll be aware of it. If you're in control, it means you are aware that every single decision you make, every action, every thought is under your control. You're being aware that you can change literally everything in your life in this specific moment, just setting a different intention, right? I'm going to be brave right now. I'm scared shitless, but I'm going to be brave. Whatever that means to you. Sometimes it's saying no.
And it doesn't
and
have to be climbing up a cliff like an idiot, like me.
Yes.
But it can be if you want. If anyone wants to climb, just give me like 2 more weeks, I'll teach you.
Okay. You take your job is to take care of yourself. That's your I'm telling you as a friend.
No, I'm not joking. But for real, if anyone wants to come climbing with me, just give me a shout. Like anytime. But like it is. Yes. And I think like ultimately, okay guys, the biggest thing to take from this is realize what you define as success. Don't listen to anyone else. Don't even listen to like your kids, your partner, your parents, no one. Listen to yourself. Write down, and it's important to write it down because it becomes real. If you just think about it, it's like, yeah, I kind of like flit in and out of my thoughts, but you write it down and then look at what you've write it down and look at it. Look at what you've written. Yes. And see how long that rings true for you, because you might write it down one day and then the next day be like, you know what, that's not right. That's okay.
Yes. And that's what, put it up, put it on a wall, put it on your fridge. Look at it every single day.
See it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
For sure.
Yes. And allow for it to change. Right?
Yeah, it's fine to change. Just write something else. Like fine.
Yes, I love
but
that
look
so
at
much.
it.
That's so good.
And that will help to manifest the success, and it will also help you to really focus on what you define as success. When you lose your way, which undoubtedly you will, because everybody does. And you start listening to people, people start getting into your head or whatever it is. Okay, this is going to happen. This is normal. This is human. You know, you can go back to that piece of paper. If it's like a Post-it note, like seriously, I have see, I've written fear of failure. Yeah. Okay. I have these next to my desk at all times. Post-it notes are golden. Okay. Have it written on a Post-it note. When you decide that that's not you anymore, you take up that Post-it note down and you put up another one in its place. That's it.
Yes.
Simple as that.
And that's it. Be aware that everything you do that day will be influenced by that belief. You'll see your life transform. It's like, whoa, this morning I was aware of the success that I desire or that I want to experience in my life. That's success to me, which I already have, right? That this is whatever that is for you. You know that the seeds are there. Otherwise, you wouldn't desire whatever it is that you want to manifest. The seeds are there. So if you're doing something that's out of alignment to that vision, you'll feel it immediately. And success will be saying no to that, to open up the door to something that will be a yes, right? And you'll be like, oh my God, I'm like changing things in my life. How is this happening? It's like this one thing, what Helen just said, writing it down and sitting with that and really owning it and believing that it's true for you for a reason.
Yes. Yeah,
Yes.
just
Yes. Yes.
doesn't have to be anything special. It doesn't have to, it can be a
No.
post-it note. Like it does
No.
not
It
have
can
to
be
be like a
appropriate. You
laminated
know?
photo or anything like
Yeah.
that. You don't have to have anything crazy. A
No.
post-it note and a pen. That's all you need.
Yes.
There's
Exactly.
nothing more.
That's it.
We have apparently 26 seconds left before we are going to get kicked
Well,
off of
yeah.
this.
Well,
So thank
this
you,
is good.
everyone. Thank you, Sasha.
Yeah.
And I'm going to put it up as the recording. It will be on my
Yeah.
YouTube channel. Go check it out. HHH Self Defense. Thank you, thank you, thank you all for
Thank
coming.
you so
I'm
much,
going to press
guys.
end before it doesn't let me record.
DM us for questions or what you want lives to be on. We will deliver.